All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, peace, love, and salutations, and many blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel, coming back into the spirit with another lesson. I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. A brother had posted this video in chat, and I started reviewing the video. It's a pretty long video, and I'm gonna play it. But basically, it's a conversation that men are having toward women, toward black women, and they're trying to convey and speak to the woman, how their behavior is destructive and how men have, issues too, and I say, what a waste of time, I say what a waste of time because in a society to where a woman can do whatever she wants to do and society actually rewards her, for being that way. And that's the world we live in. The society rewards them, women for being the brute beasts that they are, especially the so-called black woman. And I've seen it over and over and over again. I've seen it with Kevin Samuels. I've seen it with the Manosphere. I've seen it with different with different types of scenarios, different type of platforms, and it does not matter what you say to most women on the planet Earth. They are a lost cause. Period. It doesn't make any sense. They are a lost cause. They will not get it because they don't respond to the type of behavior that this society tells a man this is how you need to behave in order to keep a woman. Women don't respond to that. And I know it may sound, a lot of y'all ain't gonna agree, but fear is the best motivator. See, y'all women don't fear y'all men. Y'all have no fear for them, right? So y'all do whatever the hell y'all want to do. And there's no consequence, right? There's no consequence. Now, I'm going to grab a quick precept. This is Psalms. It's the book of Psalms 110 and 3. It's the book of Psalms 110 and 3. And it says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast the dew of thy youth. Now I want to focus on where it says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. And why would the Lord use that power in the day of thy power? Because we don't have any power right now. We don't have any power to force our people to do those things that the Lord tells us that they need to do. Okay? So that is the defining factor. It is power. When you have power, then you can mount some control. Give me 1 second. All right. So it's that power. When you have that power and you have that might, you can enforce things because the people are going to be afraid of the consequences that come with it. See, these women aren't afraid of any consequence because there is no consequences from their man. They ain't got to do what their man says. This is Isaiah 41 and 15. 41 and 15, and it says, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth, and thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and thou shalt make the hills as chaff. You see, right now, we don't have any teeth, and that teeth represents power. It represents strength. It represents authority. We don't have that in this world. We don't have no power. We don't have no strength. We don't have any authority because the Lord is taking that away from us. So our women are going to act in kind. They're going to respond to that who has the power. And who has the power? Well, the scripture said that the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So the wicked men of this earth are the ones that have the power. You see? So when you have, so this is why, they say, when a black woman talks to a white man, she listens, but she can have that same conversation with the black man and she gonna clown him. That's because the so-called white man has the power and he has the authority. And that's what the women respect. They respect power and authority. This is why, you're not supposed to have another man teaching your woman, because eventually that woman will start to look at that man as the power and authority in her house, or she could be in her life. This is why you get a lot of pastors sleeping with women in churches, because women are attracted to power and men don't have any power. So you trying to express yourself to a woman when she doesn't have to listen to you. Come on, man. That's been happening. There's never going to be any change. So it's a waste of breath. You see? It's a waste of breath because we don't have any power. If a woman knew that there was going to be a major consequence for her actions, how likely do you think it would be for her to do what she do? It would be very unlikely, because she knows that you have the power to enforce whatever consequence that's going to come with it. We don't have that in this society. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video, and I want y'all to listen up.
The black women, they don't want to talk to me. Men and I talk to a white woman, they get mad. You want to think you're mad? I'm mad too. There's a lot of anger inside of me. What about us? Black women talk about me. What about us black men? We go through stuff too. We're tired of hearing the same thing of, oh, we're independent women. We're independent this, we're independent that. I'm independent too. We have a lot in common. You have this imaginary wall around you. I don't know who damaged you. And me being a black man, I have to suffer for what somebody did to you? That has nothing to do with me. I'm not the enemy. I get that a lot from black women, that we're the enemy.
Look at this crybaby ass. And see, this is, the men in this society don't have any testicles. They don't have any kahunas. A man's crying to this woman. You think a woman respects a man that's crying about his feelings? Oh my gosh, my feelings are hurt. You see, we don't have any power, man. So that's not going to be received, because there's no fear there. Oh, he's an emotional man. He needs me, But as I said before, women back in the day, they knew that certain behaviors could get them killed. They knew that, and it wasn't it wasn't like a low probability. It was for certain. If they did a certain behavior and got caught, they was put to death. Period. Right? But in this society, man, shut up. Okay? These men, as a side note, these men in this society are just pussies, man. They're simps. They're just so weak. They're weak men. And what they say? They say weak men create hard times. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. You see? So we're in a time where weak men are just creating hard times for the rest of us because they're weak. But that's ultimately the Lord. Let me grab another precept real quick. And, I'm gonna just read it. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. It says, that's 53. Okay. I'm going to start at verse 53. And it says, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body and the flesh of thy sons and daughters, which the Lord hath given thee in the siege and in the straitness wherein thine enemies shall distress thee. Okay, because we are distressed on all sides. So a man that is tender and delicate, that's not what I wanted. Salakia. Let me just go to it. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 28. All right, I'm going to go to 56. And it says, and the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes should be evil toward her husband and toward the son and toward her daughter. Okay? And toward the young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for the want of all things, secretly in the siege and in straitness, whereas thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. So yeah. So these women hate the men. This is why you see so much hatred toward Jake from their women. Because this is a curse that the Heavenly Father had put on us. So I just wanted to point that out. But nevertheless, the women were not given. And you know what? Let's just get that real quick. We're gonna go back and play that. This is Job 9. And 17, and it says, sorry, it's like 9 and I'm slacking. I'm tripping today. And it says, because Yahweh had deprived her of wisdom, neither have imparted to her understanding. Okay? You know what? Let's start at verse 16. It says, she is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain, without fear. These hoes ain't got no fear, no shame, no nothing. Because Yahweh had deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. You see? So he didn't give her the wisdom to understand her actions. That's why it says, rise up, you careless women. Rise up, you women that are at ease, because you're so damn stupid that you don't. And this is it. This isn't an attack on women, but I'm just saying, like, look at the actions, the destructive actions that women perpetuate throughout this society. Right? Look at it. So you can't tell me that these women ain't stupid. They don't have any understanding. Okay? They think they know, they don't know. So the thing is that if they don't know and they think they know, what's the purpose of even trying to communicate them to them? They have to be shown. That's why I brought it out. The people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Now, specifically talking about the women, but the men are going to be that way too. Okay? Power is what dictates control. If you don't have any power, you don't have any control, no matter how much you think you do. You don't have it. All right? Let's play a little bit more.
Liars, cheaters with dogs. Diary of a Man, Black Man.
Like this simp is crying, and the woman that he's talking to is shaking her head. Not a tear in her eye, not an emo. Just don't care.
I have a journal I keep. And then when I show this to the women, they think it's a weakness. It's not a weakness, it's actually a strength. But then when I show this to you, to black women, you don't know how to receive it. Because you're so used to being abused. It makes it hard for me to get to know this. Black women look at me and say, I can tell you don't like us. I'm like, what? I don't like you. I love you, but I can't help it if I learn 20 instruments. I can't help it if I play flute, walk barefoot on the beach. But I'm from South Central. I was amazed at you. Because I even told you, I said, you're a beautiful girl. And I watched yesterday.
She's a beautiful woman.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Beautiful woman.
Yeah.
So you're a beautiful girl. And I told him, I said, this chick.
All right, and that's another thing too. So you got the nigga woman over there that's regular. Man, again, 1 Timothy 2:12, I suffer a woman not to teach nor to usurp authority over a man. Okay? You have dumbass women teaching dumb women. You know? Pointing out little arbitrary things like girl versus woman. You know? Just to cause a problem. But anyway, continuing on.
Generation right now, people in their 20s, it's hard. Y'all making it hard on these brothers. We gotta wake up every day. Everything has to be about status. We gotta buy this, even if we can't afford it. And then y'all on Instagram beautiful and you talking like you don't have no daddy. You sound like a dude talking. Like you ain't got no home training. Oh, what the and you say you a bad bitch? That's not a bad bitch. I'm talking in general. I'm talking about the general. You're how old are you?
22.
Yeah, your generation. Girl, you 22 years old. You doing this. You having hot flashes?
Yes, it's hot.
Michael, That's disrespectful. I want you to understand that. Why would you do that?
Because I'm being funny. I'm a different kind of personality. Now you're trying to make me look bad like I disrespected her. I got a woman with a...
You see that? You got the nigga woman talking about some he disrespected her. He didn't disrespect her. But see, this is what I'm talking about. The blatant hatred. Now, you think that if he had power, man, he can walk in that room, man, and say, shut up and sit down. You think she gonna, oh, you disrespected me? No, she's gonna shut up and sit down because you have the power, you know? But men ain't got no power. You've all been castrated, you know? And then you got this woman, again, I suffer a woman not to teach nor to usurp authority of a man. How you gonna tell me that that's disrespectful? It was nothing disrespectful about it, you know? But women create disrespect. You create an environment to where these being called a bad bitch and all this stuff is acceptable, but then when I do it, it's unacceptable. I'm disrespecting you. But this is what you portray yourself out. You see the hypocrisy in this and the idiocy of women. That's why it's just best not to even talk to them, man. Just leave them alone. You know, if you got you a woman right now, it's cool, you know, but having multiple women and all that stuff, man, listen, man, look, we can get all that in the kingdom. Isaiah set up 4:1, you know, whatever. But right now, man, we need to just do the work, keep our head down, and stay in this thing, man, because women are a destructive force, okay? So I'm going to grab another precept, and then I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I'm going to go to Ecclesiasticus 25. Ecclesiastes 25, and I believe verse 20. Let's see there. Oh, you know what? Before I get that, let me go to Proverbs 3 and 20 because I wanted to bring this out. It's Proverbs 3 and 20. And it says, sorry, 30 and 20. I keep, missing a number. I'm so dyslexic sometimes. Salakia. Proverbs 30 and 20. And it reads, it says, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Right? And that's exactly what they do. They don't think about the damage. That's why the scriptures say, when I brought that out, about how, she doesn't have any understanding. She don't even have understanding to consider her way. To consider that the shit she's doing is destructive. She don't even have an understanding for that. Okay? That's the women. That's the women in this society. She don't even have understanding for that to say, okay, well, so she thinks that she ain't did nothing wrong after she done slept around, or how she done took the child from you, or how she done turned the child against you, or how she done stole from you, or lied to you, or tricked you, or whatever it is, or putting on fake hair, fake makeup, teaching nonsense, right? She don't have any understanding of that. Okay? She don't think that what she did was evil. I have done no wickedness. This is not like she's trying to ignore the fact that she may have known that she's done wickedness, but the thing is that she doesn't count it as evil. When women do what they do, they don't count it as evil. They don't look at it and say, well, this is evil, I shouldn't do this. Okay? They don't even think about it. The only thing they think about is the benefit that comes along with it. All right? I'm going back to this Ecclesiasticus. It says, I'm gonna read a couple of them here. It says, the wickedness of verse 17, the wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth the countenance like sackcloth. You can see a woman with that mean ass, nasty face, what they call it, RBF, resting bitch face, and you just naturally have that. You can just tell you a demon just by looking at you. It says, her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly, like, oh, man, here come this bitch. I got to deal with her. You see? I got to deal with this demon. It says, all wickedness is but a little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of an aged man, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. And most men don't really like conversating and talking to their woman like that. They just like to sit and chill. And Laura Willing, you got a pretty woman, you can just sit there and look at her and admire her beauty and see how, and your job is easy, you know. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Now, even though you can admire a woman's beauty, that's not supposed to be your overall desire, because that's how you can get caught up in these women, by wanting that beauty from her, by having it, by beholding that beauty. Okay? It says, a woman, verse 22, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of impudence, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. You see that? So you got these women. We live in America. We live in a society that, for Jake, that's so oppressive. That Jake is literally on the bottom as far as money. Literally on the bottom of all people. Even the Latinos make more money. Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics make more money than Jake. Okay? Jake is literally on the bottom. You can look it up. There's graphs. Literally on the bottom of the world stage as far as finances. And it would take a man and a woman working together in a household to maintain it and to keep that to keep a level of comfort in that household, right? But if a woman is maintaining that shit, even though she was created to be a helpmeet, she's gonna become a demon. She's gonna become angry. She's gonna become willful. She's gonna become upset that she has to support you. I can do better. I can do bad by myself. Shit like that, right? And even if you try to break down and have them understand the purpose of these things and why these things are happening and why you need this and why we need to work together, it doesn't matter. They feel like you should do it all on your own. All right? Now, a man is supposed to take care of his house, but taking care of your house does not always constitute as just finance. What about wisdom? What about not? What if your woman made a shit ton of money, right? She made a lot of money, right? But she was careless with her money. She was absolutely terrible with her money. But you, wise, you didn't make as much, nowhere near as much as she did, but you were very good with budgeting money. And before you met her, she still made all that money, but her life was in fucking shambles, right? In shambles. And I know because I've been in this situation. I've literally been in this situation right here. And then, well, not exactly like, but similar, okay? And then she meets you, and you take that money that she's been making, and she gives you, she gives you control over it. Okay, you basically become like the trustee, or you have like a power of attorney, kind of. You're basically in charge of the money, right? And then after that, her credit gets better. Y'all able to buy shit. She always has money to go buy the things that she wants and do the things that she wants to do. She looks at her account and she always has money in it. She gets to the point where she says, man, you know what? I'm just gonna put the money in your account and you manage all the money, because you fucking do a great job with this. Who was the valuable one in this particular situation? You had somebody who was making the money and they were absolutely terrible with money. And you had somebody who wasn't making as much, but he was really good with money, right? Who was the valuable one? It was the dude that was making the wise decisions on where to spend the money and how to spend the money and when to save and when to spend. That was the value right there. You see? But see, people in this society, they value money. They don't value wisdom and knowledge and understanding. But the scriptures say that wisdom and knowledge is to be valued among rubies. It's the greatest riches. There's nothing more valuable than wisdom and knowledge. Okay? So if you meet a man and he's wise and he understands how to move, right? That's to be more valued than riches, than gold and silver. Because wisdom, you can be the richest person in the world, be the dumbest person in the world, and not have any money. You can be the richest person in the world and be the dumbest person in the world and be smart enough to entrust your finances with somebody that's wise. Not just wise, but they're righteous. They don't have any intention of taking advantage of you or stealing from you. And most men don't. Most men, when they get a woman and she's making a lot of money, right? He just budgets the money. He ain't trying to take advantage of her. Of course you got some exceptions to the rule, some knuckleheads, but a woman who does that, she won't even realize that By you doing this, you are creating a life, an environment for you and your man to thrive in. And it just so happens that the way that this world is set up to where you make more money than a man would. It is all about how this society is set up. It's set up for you to succeed and not a man. Okay? Because the scriptures talk about how I should do a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man. So this whole system is set up for you to succeed and to limit the success of a so-called black man. So if that be the case, why can't you women just use that scenario to avenge? Okay, well, this is how you gonna play it. Okay, I'm still gonna stay with my man, and I'm gonna work and make this money, and I'm gonna commit, and then we still gonna build something. But y'all women don't think in that manner. Because why? Wisdom and knowledge was not given unto you, neither was understanding. You see? So you don't understand, you don't know. And then your heart is evil toward the men. All right? So these women ain't gonna get it until the power comes. I'm gonna grab one more scripture and I'm gonna close it out. This came to me. This is Micah 7:10. Okay. And it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the street. Now, what exactly did she see? She saw the power. She saw the power return upon you. Okay? And when she saw that power, now she's like, oh shit. But it's too late at that point, man. You know? So yeah, man. So that's pretty much it, man. It's a waste of time talking to these women. They're not going to respond unless you have power. All right? So with that, I'm going to end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostle, great male son, to the next time, Akim Shalom.